As you've been talking about that, I've been noticing on this rotation scan that we're starting to pick up just a little bit. I want to zoom back in here to the storm. It's heading basically straight for Gadsden right now. We have our shear marker up on here where we can get a little bit better idea of where some of that rotation is. So keep in mind with this particular storm system, as we're tracking this rotation, I'm going to take that shear track or shear marker off, I should say, really quickly, because what I want to show you is how it looks a little ragged, especially when you just look at it from a radar standpoint. But don't let that deceive you, because there is some rotation within. Here's where the rotation sits right now. So we're looking at our Birmingham radar. Kind of interesting to note here too, as we're looking at our reflectivity. Let's look at this. You can see where those greens and those reds come together. That's where we would likely see the best chance of seeing some of that rotation, and that's going to be towards Ramsey right now. And this storm system is tracking along really State Route 77. That will be moving towards Gadsden here and then making its way into Alabama City as we make this move towards the east. Tightening of that rotation, very strong winds, and actually with that latest update we can see some of that kind of indicated there with our radar scan. So let me kind of zoom back out here so we can get a little bit better idea of what we're looking at, because there's one other thing I do want to show you very quickly on the map. One thing I was noticing was over in Fayette, we were actually getting some returns on our radar that would suggest some pretty strong winds. And you'll notice on our storm relative velocity, you kind of see that cluster of green and red pixels on your map. That would actually indicate where we're seeing some very strong winds there. So one of the things that I wanted to mention was that if you live in the city of Fayette and eastern Fayette County, you're likely going to be dealing with a bit of gusty wind activity there right now. So just hold on to your hats there in Fayette. There's no tornado warnings in that area right now, but we are going to be dealing with the chance for some of those stronger storms there. So all right, let's look at our reflectivity, kind of reset the map where we're looking at very strong storms moving across North Alabama at this time, and these storm systems have the potential to produce tornadoes. And one of the things that we're looking at right now is up towards Etowah County. So let's go ahead and revisit our Gadsden storm here. So this is where we're looking at our Gadsden storm, and notice up towards Gadsden, Reese City, and then this storm is going to be tracking, and it's interesting, it's actually tracking fairly close to the southernmost edge of that warning line. Sometimes we'll see these, and that's why we say with these warnings, you have to just kind of take them with a little bit of a grain of salt. We do our best, especially in these situations, to give you as much precision as possible as to exactly where these storms are, but sometimes they can be closer to or further away from some of the county, from the edges of the warning lines. Right now, it's almost hugging the southern edge of this line. It looks like with each scan, it's moving a little bit more towards Gadsden and Reese City. So keep that in mind. And also this ragged edge here, this is where the inflow is. It's becoming a little bit more jagged on the edges, which would indicate maybe it's weakening ever so slightly, but there's a lot of untapped energy out ahead of it. I noticed temperatures up in Gadsden have warmed into the low 70s, whereas say back in Hamilton, they're still in the mid 60s. And also seeing that is that it looks like we're coming up on the scene here from Walker County. This is going to be right on the edge of your Walker County, Jefferson County line, where we were getting some reports of some damage there. And it appears as our weather alert unit is coming up on the scene, you can see the blinking lights there in the distance, the police lights and emergency lights off in the distance. So hopefully everyone is safe, whatever they're coming up on, and maybe it's just some damage to a building. That's my hope. You can actually look on the side. This is Highway 78, and if you actually look on the side of your screen on the Walker County, on the video there, you can see the power lines. They are literally at an angle right now, and so there's likely power outages. There's no doubt about that, but then there's obviously the safety, the electrocution safety that everyone will have to watch out for. But it appears, though, just beyond those cars, it looks like there is a building, and that building is actually leveled. So if this was attributed to straight line winds or an actual tornado, we don't know that. We'll have to get survey crews out there to kind of survey the scene. It kind of depends on how well built this building was. That it would determine Straight line winds. I would lean almost to straight line winds though, because the power poles are still standing. They're all just leaning in one direction, which means it could just be an intense wall of wind that really pushed those in one direction. A lot of times when you see rotation, it's going to rip the power poles out of the ground and it will twist the power lines. But straight line winds can have more of an effect. But who's to say right now? I mean, that's something I'm just dissecting, just looking from the video alone. But again, this is our weather alert unit. We have our photographer Toby and Michael Clark, our reporter and anchor. He's out there. They're surveying the scene right now, so I know they're going to get some information back to us as soon as they get info and details on the scene there. You can see those officials blocking the roadways as well. All right, back to our storm team radar here for Etowah County, where we're actually noticing the likelihood of this really broadening out, the storm system there in Etowah County. But I do want to switch it to our velocity product really quickly, simply because our velocity product really tells the story. When we have such rain-wrapped storms like we're seeing right now, it's important that we really get a good idea of what's happening with the storm relative velocity. This gives us an idea of how fast the storm is moving relative to, with relation to how fast the storm is moving, how fast this particular tornado, the winds are. So you see this couplet, actually this scan, it looks like that couplet's a little bit better defined. You can see anywhere from over towards Copeland Gap. I'm going to give this enough space, really. I don't want to get too specific right here, but this is right along Interstate 59, but over towards Copeland Gap and even back towards Shady Grove just a little bit. This is kind of a broad area of rotation in Reese City, and this is traveling towards Daisy and then on towards Anderson, up towards Turkeytown and Bath Springs. So along that line, this storm system is really kind of traveling right along Interstate 59. It's going to slowly lift to the north, so anywhere between Bryce down to Anderson and then back towards Reese City, Cave Springs. Go ahead and get to your safe place right now, because this is where we're likely going to start to see some activity here. Looking at our base velocity, just out of curiosity. Now, this is our base velocity, so there's still some things to identify with this particular storm system as we're looking at this. So, all right, so not popping up on our screen there right now. And as we look at our debris tracker, we're actually, it looks like that is a debris ball actually. Let me kind of zoom out here a little bit, not much of one, but maybe just to the north of Bryce, we could actually be seeing a little bit of a debris signature there. Sometimes when we are talking about these debris signatures, we're really looking for a distinctive separation of the coloration within this the debris indicators. So right now, maybe just a little bit of some identified, unidentified object there, but by and large, the storm system is really starting to broaden out, as we can see that. But even now, over back towards Reese City, again, this is tracking north-northeast. So Bryce, Bath Springs, Lay Springs, you're next up. And then again, this is going to be heading up towards Duck Springs, Greenwood, Lay Springs, and this traveling at about 50 miles per hour. So we want to make sure that everyone is getting to their safe spot. This is in Etowah County. So if you're just now joining us and you're thinking, well, it's not really raining where I am, or it's not too stormy where I am, where is this? This is going to be near Reese City, just to the north of Gadsden there. So again, this is going to be Reese City. You can see our Gadsden Tower cam there. It appears as though it has frozen, unfortunately. It may have taken a little bit of a power hit, or it could just be the internet. Hey, right now, I wouldn't be surprised. So here's a look at our Reese City where we're seeing kind of that rotation. So Avery to Reese City. And if we look at our severe winds, that's exactly where those severe winds are lining up right now. From Maryville to Reese City, down to Bellevue and to Gadsden, towards Morgan's Crossroads. And that severe wind is lifting to the north and to the east. We have that tornado warning. It's set to expire at 6:45. The time right now is 6:19. So following along this, Scenic Heights, so Scenic Heights Drive, very, very strong winds for you right now. County Road 89 up towards the city of Bryce. If you live anywhere from Waldrop Drive, Talbot Road, go ahead and get to your safe place. If you live in Oakdale, get to your safe place right now. Along County Highway 53, you need to be inside, getting, kind of getting to an interior room as fast as you can right now. These winds are beginning to pick up just a little bit. Now the brighter greens, that begins to take us from weaker winds to stronger winds, but keep in mind, weak winds does not necessarily mean no wind or just a light wind. It just means on a scale of severe weather, it's on the weaker end of the winds, but it's still it's still fast, okay? So even the weak winds are, maybe 20, 30 miles per hour versus the stronger winds, which could be upwards of 40, 50, 60 miles per hour before you get to the extreme, which that's when you start to get to the 80 plus mile per hour category. So we're looking at the strong winds now from Brands Chapel, Reese City over towards Bryce, Duck Springs along 59. It looks like our Gadsden camera's back up and at them. That's good news. So, but things have quieted down. So what's interesting about that is we saw all of that heavy rainfall in Gadsden just moments ago. And just like that, it seems like it's completely cleared out. So that's something just to make mention of. And then looking at our rainfall, heavy rainfall near Greenwood right now, Flanders, Lay Springs up towards Leonard. This is all moving east-northeast. It's going to move into Leesburg, Bayview Estates, Cedar Bluff. So, just a lot of rain with this. It does look like we're going to see some of these storms producing a lot of wind. I think what we're going to find at the end of the day is these are all big wind producers. Now, some of the wind has rotated, therefore creating a tornado, and some of it is just in a straight line. And I think in some of these storms where we're even seeing a little bit of activity on our velocity products, where we're seeing some of these couplets, I think some of them are actually producing a lot of wind as well. We've measured a lot of that wind too. So up towards Etowah County is where we're really tracking some stronger winds right now. 60 miles per hour, 58 mile per hour winds over towards Hooks Lake subdivision, nearly 40 mile per hour winds. So again, watching very closely for the wind direction and wind speed on these storms. We've got a lot going on today, and it looks like it's going to be a continued active night of weather across central Alabama. And I'll leave you with this reflectivity right here as we are looking at a lot of rainfall.